got recognized. Guys, I got recognized in public walking around looking for flowers, which probably is actually the way that my very first time of being recognized in public as Seri would go. While I'm looking for flowers at the farmer's market, I got recognized as Seri in person, like reasonably walking distance away from my home where I live, which is not as creepy as it sounds because we live close to the heart of downtown Ann Arbor, so there's many homes to pick from. But you guys, I got recognized. It was so amazing. So let me back up a little bit and welcome you guys to another update vlog. Oh my gosh, I've got a few stories to share with you guys and some fun unboxings of my glow-in-the-dark little mushroom kits from Japan that our awesome Patreon crew sent over. The Patreon Discord group, Operation Giraffe Drop, was them. There you have my Giraffe Onesie, which actually, that reminds me, I need to have a very special caveat about what we could do with that Giraffe Onesie in a little bit. But I've got so many stories to share with you guys, and I'm really excited for this update vlog to give you some hints of what's coming up and to share the story of getting recognized as Seri in public for the very first time, and of, you know, what's coming up for our new season and what I've been doing over the last week, because it's been a really wild ride and life is just finally starting to slow down enough in the last 2 or 3 days that I feel like I can begin to start catching up with you guys and catching up with everything. And of course, just as I start thinking that today, Chips and I went on a beautiful walk to our favorite lunchroom restaurant. It's called The Lunchroom. It's a vegan restaurant here in Ann Arbor. Really delicious, and now they're serving vegan hot dogs, which by the way were absolutely fantastic, and it had this delicious butternut soup with it. Anyway, I'm way too excited, so let's back up again. Chips and I went to the farmer's market so I could get some fresh flowers to decorate my office and our downstairs with. And when I stepped away from Chips to look for those flowers and started kind of moving through the crowds of people at our really beautiful, fantastic farmer's market, which I meant to get lots of video for you guys for the upcoming season that starts next week, I heard somebody go, "Seri?" And I reacted probably how I, if I wasn't me, would have expected to react. I jumped up in the air. I'm pretty sure I did like a 360 spin in shock just right there from where I was standing, and then I kind of bounded like a startled deer out of the lines of people and away from all of the big piles of pumpkins and tomatoes and the giant stalks of corn that somebody brought. So they literally just brought the whole corn stalk and you could pull it off the corn today. That was really cool to see. And found a little clearing, turned around and looked around, and then there was somebody who was walking towards me and they're like, "Seri?" And I was just like, "Hi!" It was so cool. So I think I just jumped up and down super excited, like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. This is the first time that I've ever been known as Seri to somebody who just is a stranger that just I meet by accident. And it was really, really cool. And that's really cool because I didn't think it would be cool. When I used to think about meeting people, I have always told Chips, yeah, I don't think we'll do the cons, darling. No meetups probably aren't for me, because I think there's part of me who is still the petrified teenager who couldn't even go into a grocery store on her own because she was so terribly socially anxious of everything, or the really trembly early 20, mid 20-year-old adult who was like, oh my gosh, everyone's judging me, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen, oh my gosh, everybody could be mean. And being Seri, being me, being here with you guys has taught me that the world is not full of mean people. It can sometimes seem loud and scary, and there's people who kind of are like the bad apple that makes the whole bunch look bad. But I always thought when I would meet somebody in person for the first time who would recognize me as Seri, that I would be scared or nervous, or I would be really flustered or feel super anxious. Kind of like when you have anxiety and you think about like trying to call somebody on the phone, and when you are really anxious and you have an anxious personality, then you get really worried about it, you overthink it, and you just assume everything's going to go wrong. But meeting Alex, by the way, hello Alex, who is a university student here at the University of Michigan, which is where Chips goes to school too. So there's a high likelihood that we'll bump into each other on campus. In fact, I kind of felt like I recognized him. I was like, have we met? When somebody walks up to you and the first thing they say to me is Seri, and then my first answer was, have we met? It doesn't seem like that was my first encounter as Seri, but it was. And I feel like I've actually seen him around the market before. So if you're ever at the farmer's market on like the Wednesday or Saturday that they run farmer's market in Carytown and Ann Arbor, there's a high likelihood you're gonna see me there at some point if it's a nice enough day and I just walked there to pick up some fresh flowers. So depending on the freshness of my flowers, you're probably gonna see me there, and I'm probably gonna go have a delicious bit of vegan ice cream at the lunchroom, and you're welcome to join me for a waffle cone. That would be really fun. The ice cream there is amazing. It's just, it was really cool because I thought before meeting Alex, who was really awesome, and we took pictures together and discussed, of course, the first thing I start talking about is the flowers. I'm here for flowers. Have you seen some good ones? And then like how delicious the groceries are at the farmer's market and things like that. But it wasn't scary. If I had known I was gonna meet somebody who would be looking for Seri at the market today, I probably would have been really nervous. I would have like overthought things. I would have been like, oh, I really hope I don't disappoint them. What if they're gonna ask me where Warrior Cats is, and I'm going to be like, I'm doing my best. I'm sorry I've let you down, fellow human who I'm just meeting. I guess I was so worried like you'd meet someone and they'd be like, yeah, I love your stuff, but where is like X, Y, and Z? And I feel like I would have immediately disappointed this person who's really cool, because they're really cool and I want to get to know them and I want them to be happy, and I have never met them before, but I want all of these things for this really cool person who knows me as Seri, and I just don't want to disappoint that person. But I think it went great. It was really fun. We just spent a few minutes chatting about groceries, like chatting about the fruits and vegetables and the beautiful flowers of the market, and it felt totally natural. And then I was so excited. I think I was like jumping up and down like a little excited bunny, or maybe like a little baby corgi, which is the little adorable baby corgi we saw on our way to the market. And I'll have to talk to you guys about how cute baby corgis are later. But it actually turned out to be okay, and I wanted to share that story not only to share my first encounter with one of us, a pixobiologist in the wild. So they're probably like, I saw Seri today, and I'm over here like, I saw a pixobiologist in the wild, one of us. Oh my gosh, like, oh, I definitely need to get some of my projects like going, because we have some ideas for some really cool like merchandise, like certain pens that would definitely, if I saw somebody with those, I would be like, that's a pixobiologist. So I'm working on that too, just to drop one of those hints of things that are coming up. But I met my first fan in the wild today, and it was really cool, and we took pictures, and I'm gonna have that picture in my special little photo album of like special pictures forever, and that was just awesome. So now, conversely, because I didn't think about meeting somebody as Seri, and it was an accident, and it was so much fun, and it just went fine, and then we waved to each other later when I walked by with like my arms full of sunflowers, which are downstairs, and these beautiful things, which are up here in the office to share with you guys. It was fine. I think he got a cantaloupe. We waved to each other again later and went our separate ways, and the world didn't crash and burn, and he didn't seem disappointed in me as a person. So, and I was so excited. I think I sprinted back to Chips, and I was teasing Chips so much that, of course, the rare like 5 minutes that we were apart are the exact moments when I would bump into a fan for the first time. So it was really funny because once again, Chips has like dodged everybody, and he's still a mysterious force of the shadows, and he likes to joke that maybe he doesn't really exist, and I'm just making him up for you guys, but you guys know he's there. So it was really cool. And so if I ever do decide to do meetups, especially at like maybe a park, or maybe meetups at a zoo or a museum or something cool like that, then you can thank Alex for getting me over my fear of meeting people as Seri in person, because I don't think I disappointed him forever and shattered all illusions. And I'm pretty sure I just jumped around like a super hyper excited creature, and then he saw me later with my arms full of flowers, which is exactly who I am and what you can expect from me. So it was really cool. If you're out there, Alex, you're welcome to say something like in the comments if from your point of view of what it was like to meet me, and we'll probably see each other again because I'm down there at the market all the time. So that was really fun, and it was such a shock. It's definitely going to be filling several pages of my joy journal because that was unexpected. And we had a great day. We had a really great day. We got to pet a really beautiful cat who we have nicknamed Cattails, who was kind of like a munchkin tabby, and I fell completely in love with her, but she was very clearly somebody's cat, on our way home. And now I'm home, and I got to tell that story of meeting my very first pixel biologist in the wild to you guys, and I'm really excited to share that with you. And as far as normal updates go, we can transition into that now. I am so sorry for the last week. It has been very weird getting used to being home. Remember when I first traveled to Taiwan, which I can't believe I'm talking about that in the past tense. Sometimes I wear my lucky jade cabbage bracelet, and I still have to tell you guys and show you guys the vlogs about the jade cabbage, which was a lot cooler than it sounds, trust me. Really cool, actually. But when we first went to Taiwan, I realized that jet lag is an actual thing. It actually happens, and it's like having insomnia and the flu and just like that caffeine withdrawal feeling all at once. It's really awful, and it lasts about a week. So I learned jet lag is real. I learned that culture shock, when suddenly you're not having a fun time on this trip anymore and you don't know why, just nothing seems to be right, and logically you try to just walk yourself through it, but emotionally it's like you're having a temper tantrum even though you feel like you're a big mature adult and you should be able to handle the situation logically. Culture shock is a real thing, and now I'm learning reverse culture shock is a real thing. Now that I know all of these things, I'll be better prepared for our trip to Tokyo, which will probably happen next summer, and we'll live there for a summer for Chips to study his Japanese. Also, we might be going to, I think, Munich not this next year, but like next year. So just keep an ear out for that, because this is all traveling related to his work, by the way. So we're gonna be very world traveled by the end of this. I know all these things now, so I'll be better prepared, and I just wanted to put that out there because I don't know what happened this last week, except that it's been reverse culture shock. The getting used to home, there's this honeymoon period as soon as you come home, and you're like, my plants, my birds, my clothes that I left in my closet, my geckos, my beautiful, I'm holding the fox that Carrie from Australia made for us today. The wolf is right over here, and then in the background you can see we've got some of the really adorable nichelings. I think Carrie also made these, and yeah, Carrie also made these from Australia, and I think she sent some of the really cool horse magazines I have on my bookshelf, and some bird magazines, I'm pretty sure. And I am so excited to see all these trinkets. I have shark teeth that I have, well, they're not a trinket, but you know, like the shark's teeth that I have on my desk from viewers. Every little item in my home was like a honeymoon period when we first got home, and I was so excited to see everything, and I still am. But then the reality of like, oh, by the way, lady, your house hasn't been properly cleaned or lived in for 3 months, so you got to clean it, sets in. And it's like all of the regularity of a lifestyle that you kind of put to the side 3 months ago hits you at once like a tsunami. And so it was like nonstop anxiety attacks of trying to get used to everything, and then get really good at cleaning and really efficient with my time and get used to being here. And when do we take the trash and recycling out? I've forgotten. Trying to remember all of the things you forgot, trying to get used to everything that changed, trying to get used to everything that didn't change, and trying to change your behavior back to what it was 3 months ago before you left, but also to something new because you've changed as a person from your trip, and so has the home you left. It is a mess. It was like having nonstop anxiety attacks all week, and that is hello, reverse culture shock. So I know that is real now too, and that's kind of been where I've been for the last week. Also, we got back from North Carolina. We spent like 6 days in North Carolina to visit with family and have some family celebrations and family events go down. So it's been busy, and we're finally not busy. I'm finally home for a little while, and I can tell you guys about things I have planned and things we have coming up for the channel and the season that we're going to be enjoying if everything goes right. And I've already been working really hard. I recorded like 20 videos in the last 2 days, just so you know, but I've been working really hard behind the scenes to try to launch for our new season. So the new season has to do with plants and harvesting things and farming things and maybe messing with new mods that are very botanical in Minecraft that I've not really messed with before. And just to drop some hints, maybe some felines who are really pretty and live in the forest and flower fields will be returning. Maybe a certain fox might be returning for a little while. Is that why Seri is holding the fox? Is that why Seri has the nichelings in the background? Basically, there's a lot coming up. I'm just trying to ease into it because holy moly, coming back home and then getting used to being home has taken longer than I thought, and I wanted to apologize for that. Also, thank you guys so much to all of you who said such kind things about summer in space. I really truly felt like it crash landed because you guys didn't see my schedule I had for it. My beautiful schedule all laid out in Google Calendar, and I went, yes, 6 videos a day. I can keep up with that with an internet a third, a fourth the speed of what it is at home, and not having a private room. Chips and I shared like the space, the size of my office all summer. So like any noise he made would pick up on my mic and so on and so forth. In fact, I know a few of you guys had fun like noting in timestamps when you would hear him around the house while I was recording in Taiwan. So basically, thank you. Because I felt like it was such a big like disappointment because I didn't carry through on the season as solid as I wanted. My goal was regular series going out consistently and around a theme, and that you could always dive in, have a little bit of summer in space fun, but our core series were still supposed to be there for the summer in space seasonal event. And it didn't turn out that way. I learned a lot from it. I'm gearing up early and I'm trying to really be prepared and ready to celebrate this festivity of harvestness for a mysterious season that I've named multiple times, but I'm still just trying to keep a little bit of a playful mystery with you guys. And so my goal now is to just work really hard ahead of time so that when things start going, we can really enjoy as a group a certain theme of videos as well as our core series. I'm just getting used to being home, but it meant a lot to read so many comments from so many people who said things like they loved the adventures we went on. And that means a lot, so thank you guys so much for that. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not really sure if I could properly explain right now because everything feels so chaotic getting used to being home again, what I have in mind coming up. But I can promise you that I still love this seasonal idea, this seasonal event idea. I still love playing a certain theme of games as well as having our little cores like zoo crafting and warrior cats tucked to the side. And it's not something I'm going to give up on, but because it's something that I'm still learning how to do, please be patient. The next season, hopefully, the seasons will basically be represented by a theme of videos. Like, let's take summer in space for example. So space themed videos going out consistently and regularly for about 2.5 to 3 months, and you can enjoy kind of space theme. And there'll be little bonus videos now and then that would be just fun space themes. You know, like for instance, if we did summer, like autumn in space, just to make a random example, it's not actually happening. Then what if I did some really cool videos where we went on a nice walk and I tried to record some of the stars that were really pretty nearby? Or what if we did a really cool video where I might do create a sim and I would try to do like Sims 4 create a sim with different maybe astronauts or different you know, aliens. Or that would have been really fun to like do different themes of aliens, like use a random generator to pull up some adjectives and create that kind of alien. That would have been really fun. Those kinds of random things that I probably wouldn't do if it was just by itself, like randomly. Like, why is Seri suddenly making aliens and cast using a random generator for their personality? That would be really random if it didn't have the summer and space theme with it. But I might do things like that. That's what I mean. And then we could just enjoy it for a good 2 to 3 months and then have a resting break, which we're currently in the middle of right now, where I just kind of all hands off, recover Seri, figure out what the heck to do with your life. Who are you? Where are you? Which is really good to have after huge trips like I've just been on. and then we move into the next season. And as time goes on, I hope to get more experience with this so that we can have those kind of really fun random videos, maybe some unboxings of certain items, maybe it could be some really funny one-offs, it might be some special themed streams that we do that would all be themed around an event. And in the future, those things might even include special limited edition merchandise items that will go towards making certain completionist sets. Let's just say I got some of those cogs turning in the background too. So I know it doesn't look on the surface like there's a lot going on, but I'm working with people on merchandise. Our Patreon group is amazing. I am so in love with our Discord. Everybody's there. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional if I think about it again. And that's actually a good transition into opening up the mushrooms. But the Patreon is going really well. I'm gearing up. We have an artist slated to work on a very special in-slate. So all of our wildlife patrons will show up as the little characters at the very end of every single video with this new art style that we're going to be doing. And then we have the postcards going out for our patrons, as well as the postcards that will go out as replies to snail mail from now on. And I'm working with a few more of you amazing artists who have volunteered your previous fan art or volunteered to create more fan art, or have me commission you for fan art so that we can do our little postcards that we can send out to our pixel biologist out there. And basically it's just amazing. There is a lot of stuff going on. Oh my gosh. Like I want to start doing like reaction Fridays or something where I could react to some of our old videos just for fun. And I'm really happy and excited. Just it's been a messy, bumpy ride getting back home and dealing with reverse culture shock. But meeting Alex today and being able to see somebody who didn't seem disappointed in me and who seemed so happy, and to be able to walk home with my arms full of flowers and pet a cat and see a baby corgi, it's been an amazing day. And it reminded me that what I really want more than anything is to be able to take amazing days like that and share them with you, and take the happiness, the joy, the creativity, the beauty of it and share it with you. And so if I sit and try to make everything too super perfect and really hyper analyze about when a video should go out, then I'm not gonna just share with you the happy green thing that I want to share with you. So anyway, that's my little ramble. I'm still adjusting and transitioning back into being behind the microphone and in front of the camera and home. Are you guys alive? The birds are asleep. Apparently they've adjusted to me being home just fine because they're like literally sound asleep while I'm talking. Well, thanks, I guess. They're literally asleep on their spray millet back there. That's the cutest thing. But alright, if you guys have questions, please ask them. I really try to go through now and reply to the like update vlog videos because I'm really busy preparing for the next season coming up, so that hopefully everything will go out consistently. Maybe some horses will reappear. Everything's supposed to go out nice and neat. And not to mention, in the middle of our seasonal event, we're gonna have November 10th arrive, and oh my gosh, are we ever going to be doing some stuff for Sims 4 cats and dogs, which I need to make an updated like informational video on. So seriously, if you have like questions about that, if you have questions about Summer in Space and the merchandise that I'm kind of toying with the idea of possibly doing, those just, or you want to say hi, you have a joy moment to share, please feel free, leave the comments. That's what we're here for, building a really amazing community. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all end up meeting at a zoo or something, or a museum or a park, and have a big giant picnic, and that would be really fun. So, oh, imagine if everybody brought their puppies to a picnic at the park. That would be the best. So there's some things that are going on. It's messy. I'm doing my best to tidy up and get back on track. But let's finish off with something fun. So last week in my snail mail, where I had my giraffe onesie, and by the way, if you guys, how should we do the giraffe onesie? Should I wear them for the update vlogs, or should I only wear them for streams? Should I make it like a prize or something? Like leave 200 likes and I'll wear the giraffe onesie next time the entire update vlog. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think about that. When would you like to see the giraffe onesie again? Because I definitely want to wear it in the future. I just don't really know when. And today is kind of hot for it, so I'm okay. But when it gets colder in the winter, I'm probably gonna wear that a lot because it's very warm and comfy actually. And Chips cannot stop laughing when I wear that. And I try try to walk with dignity. It's really hard to walk with dignity when you have a tail, so I'm learning that fast. So last week in a snail mail, which will be happening again soon, Chips and, excuse me, the patrons who we have in Discord got together behind my back over the summer and prepared Operation Giraffe Drop, where they left that giraffe onesie. I cried when I unboxed it because it was so awesome. A beautiful cat mug that's actually downstairs. It has joined my family of tea mugs that I have downstairs. I currently have my cute little owl tea mug right now. That's the one I'm using today, with peach tea, of course. And they also sent, let's see, a cute little cat plug that's in my tablet now, and these mushrooms. We've got all of these little mushrooms. They are glow-in-the-dark mushrooms. I think they look like this normally. So they're glow-in-the-dark mushrooms from Japan, and they look like this normally. And then the glow-in-the-dark looks like this. And it hit me when I looked at them today while I was tidying up my office. They're random. You don't know what you're gonna get inside of these little boxes, I'm pretty darn sure. Because the front looks the same on each one, but I think the fun of it is that you don't know what kind of mushroom you got. So let's go ahead and open these up together as like a little unboxing of these cool little mushrooms. And then I'm gonna try to use tape and stuff to stick them to like the sides of my desk, so you might see them. And if I can get them to glow in the dark sometime, I'll try to show them to you. I might stick some on the outside of my gecko tank. They have a mushroom ledge in there now that I'll have to show you guys sometime. Mello and Midna really like hanging out on the mushroom ledge. Alright, so I'm gonna open up the first one. Sorry, little box. And we're gonna check out what my little mushrooms, oh, there's like a whole bunch of paperwork that came with it too. But we're gonna check out what our little mushrooms are that got sent by our patrons. They're, well, oh, it's so cute. Hang on, guys. Let's check the, oh, it has little magnets in the back. That's perfect. It'll go immediately onto my desk, no problem. Look, oh, that's so pretty. So we've got like this whole little array right here, a whole little mushroom cluster. That's so fun. And I think because it's a magnet, it literally just went straight on my desk. That's so cool. Let's see if I can find a spot where you guys could see them. That's so cool. That's awesome that they already came with magnets. I'm so excited. I think out of all of them that are on there, that's one of the coolest ones because it's like a nice thick cluster. Those are the other ones that we could possibly get. So let's open these up really quickly and just see what we've got. But they were in this big giant like gift box from Japan, which is kind of funny because I actually went to Tokyo for the first time. I say that, but we just sat in the airport, which turns out is like 2 hours away from Tokyo and surrounded by trees. Ooh, look how pretty. Okay guys, we've got another mushroom cluster. So here we go. Mushroom cluster number 2. They're not fragile either. They're pretty sturdy little plastic things. So I probably need to leave these in the sun. Come on. Come on, are you gonna, oh, you don't want to, it's trying to focus on the little teensy birdos in the background instead. But I will put these in the sun so they can soak up the light and then they'll glow in the dark for me tonight. But we have another mushroom cluster. That's so fun. I might leave some of them over there so you guys will always see them in the background of the videos. I love that my office is a representation of the love that you guys have sent my way. It means the world to me. I love just sitting in here and looking around. Oh, this one's different. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at you. So this is one of the big ones. So here's a large mushroom cluster if it's gonna be kind enough to focus on it. Let's see if I can get it to behave. Almost, you're focusing on my fingers, not on the mushrooms. There we go. But you can see this larger, they're right next to this cute little plaque that I actually got in snail mail in the past that says, whatever makes you happy, just do that. And I keep that where I can see it so I can remember that. Because that's what I realized. I actually sat with Chips, and while we were sitting and I was recounting meeting Alex while I was looking for flowers at the farmer's market, I told Chips, you know, being able to be happy, because it's work to be happy. And it's taken me a long time of struggling through a lot of things and working really hard to become to a point in my life where I feel like I can say I'm truly happy. But I'm really glad that I've realized in the years that we've been together as a pixel biology community that just being myself and being happy are some of the best things I could possibly do to be able to try to share that happiness with others and watch it become seeds that grow in other people's lives and watch their happiness start flourishing too. So if you ever are wondering, I'm really kind of into this weird, like harmless, by the way, I always feel like I have to use that as a little like asterisk, as long as it doesn't hurt you or anyone else. But if you're just into like a hobby, like I just think mushrooms are cool looking. I just do. They pop up when you least expect them, and they're fun to see on my daily walks because a tree takes a while to grow. You can't exactly change the trees in the forest every time you go on a daily walk, but a mushroom popping up you can change from hour to hour even. And if you ever worry like, I don't know, I'm really into Animal Crossing, I have every single item in the game and maybe that's weird, but it makes me truly happy. Pursue that happiness, because when you live out authentic happiness, it becomes something so much greater than the sum of the happiness in your heart, because it's like you create an overflow, and that overflow may feel like the tiniest little bit of an overflow, but those tiny little drops actually go into other people's lives and transform them in ways that you can't imagine. So be happy, you guys. Be happy. It's work to be happy, but it's good authentic work when you're authentically happy. And I am happy, and I am overjoyed to be home and getting back to work on our projects and rambling for half an hour to you guys in our weekly update vlogs, because that's just who I am, and it is what makes me happy. And I'm going to be working on our mini projects I have to juggle to try to bring more forms and varieties of that happiness to you guys. So there's lots of work to be done. I'm gonna get to work. I love our new mushrooms. That's really exciting to share them with you. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing all of Carrie's gifts and some of the other gifts I happen to be wearing. And I hope that you guys enjoyed my story about how amazing it was to meet my first pixel biologist in the wild, and how calm I feel now, and how apparently I didn't disappoint that human being with being myself. And so now I feel awesome, and like the way that I would have originally been too scared or anxious to do of meeting others of you in person one day, it's been open to me, and that's really a fantastic feeling. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you can be happy. I hope you have things to write in your joy journal, and I hope you can have some patience while I continue to try to catch up on everything and unroll a big special theme of events and fun to you guys for next time. So I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.